So like I said before, you have 4 different coordinate systems. You have one which is on the bottom left, you have one which is on the bottom right, you have one which is on the top right, and you have one which is on the top left. And now you need to, every single point you need to position referencing to something. So for the one that is here, it's more than obvious that it should be to bottom left. Like I said before, X is in the horizontal and Y is on the vertical. Okay, so we need to first pick the reference, and then after we pick the reference, we will see where this point is positioned on, like in this coordinate system. In this coordinate system, where this will position. So in this case, this point is at the 0, 0 for bottom. So for the bottom left, it will be X equals 0 and Y equals 0. But if it's bottom right, it will be from here to here is 560. So X will be, you see here, this is X. It's going that way from this point. So it's going to be not only 560, it will be 560 plus 300 here, because we draw it that way. So it will be X equal 860, and then Y, because it's at the same level, it's going to be Y 0. So we cannot fix it there, right? We need to fix it to coordinate system which is the best way is to put it at the 0 point, right? If it's not at the 0 point, you have to fix it to the right coordinate system. So for this one, we keep it bottom left. For this one, because this line needs to be 560, this point here needs to be first of all, which line length this describes. It describes the length of this line here. So this line should be 560. If that's 560, this point, we have to go and see. This is the one. I'll do it. Outline geometry. And say outline geometry 04. We pick that and we start. So from here, I usually go like this, and start point I go bottom left. This is the start point, and we go counterclockwise. Right, so I go counterclockwise. So because I drew it that way, so I drew it this point first, then this point, then this point, then this point, this point, this point, this point, this point. So it's going this way, right? So if I select this, this is the one. If I select this when it says line, it will be that one. And this point and this point are describing this line, and this line needs to be 560. So I need to see which reference I need to pick for that point in order it to be exactly on 560. So it should be bottom left, because I need a distance between this point and this point, not between this point and there's no point, but not this distance, not this distance, not that distance. I need the distance from here to here. Okay? Some mosquitoes. Okay. So, this one and this one are fixed to bottom left.
Let me explain that part.
Alright.
Thì bây giờ cái phần mà mình vừa xem mọi người, cái điểm đầu tiên ha, là cái điểm gốc của nó là 00 là mọi người biết rồi đúng không? Nằm góc bên trái phía dưới á. Mọi người biết rồi, cái điểm biết rồi đúng không? Là x0 y0. Thì đó là cái điểm tham chiếu đầu tiên. Rồi tới cái điểm thứ hai thì lý do tại sao mình lại chọn cái bottom left là cái góc trái bên dưới làm điểm tham chiếu, chứ không phải là góc dưới của phía bên phải. Thì khi mà mình chọn cái góc dưới của cái điểm bên trái á, thì nó sẽ tính cái khoảng cách giữa cái điểm tham chiếu đầu tiên tới điểm tham chiếu thứ hai sẽ là bằng 560, vì đó là kích thước mà mình vẽ. Còn nếu mà mình chọn cái góc dưới bên phải á, thì cái kích thước từ cái góc đó cho tới cái điểm thứ hai nó sẽ không phải là 560 nữa, nhưng mà ở đây mình yêu cầu á là cái kích thước giữa cái khoảng cách giữa điểm thứ nhất và điểm thứ hai phải là 560. Đó là lý do vì sao mình phải chọn cái góc ở phía dưới bên trái. Ok không ạ? Đó là cái đầu tiên ha. Mọi người nắm được cái này chưa? Mà đi từng điểm thôi mình sẽ anh lại hiểu không ạ?
Đến đoạn thứ 3
thì đoạn thứ nhất là tại sao mình lại chọn cái bottom left chưa? Tại sao lại chọn nó, anh biết chưa? Tại sao? Không liên quan tới mũi tên đó. Nó không liên quan tới mũi tên đó. Thì dĩ nhiên là nó
ra đi ống xuống mà nó còn nhìn vuông thứ hai.
Hả? Sao nó sẽ không biết?
Dạ đó là
không phải, không liên quan tới cái hình vuông. Đó, đây nè, cái đó bây giờ nó rơi góc cái đồ thang đây.
Còn bên kia, rồi sang bên kia mà con số 860 nó không thực hiện, nó là tổng thể mà 860 á.
Okay, so we know that the first one is bottom left, then the second one is bottom left too. We have to fix it to absolute, and this one absolute. Sometimes you'll get this, but you can just type the right number. But if it's not near that number, don't round it up because you might have problems later. So then this one right here is very important. This one is this point here. It needs to be on the same line with this one and this one. So the only way this to be always x to be 560 and y to be 560, the only way this one to be here is which coordinate system? Let's see. If it's from here, it will be what? It will be x 300 and y 300. Okay, so bottom right is not okay. Then about this one, top right, from here to here, let's see, x equals how much? 560? No, my bad. 0. So this one here, x equals 0. We're talking about, no, we're talking about this point here. So x is 300 and y is 560. So top right, is it okay? Not okay. So let's see the other one, this one here. Okay, so let's see, top left, x is equal how much? X from here to here, how much is this? Okay, so 560 here, and then from here to here is 560, right? So it's on the same line. So this point and this point on the same line, and this point and this point on the same line. So it's correct like this, right? So this is the right one. This is top left for the one here. Okay. So this point was the most difficult one.
Cái điểm thứ hai mình hiểu chưa? So are they have to be on the same line?
Yeah, of course.
They have to be.
Of course, because this should be for a corner cabinet, right? If it's a corner cabinet, you need to go and put another cabinet here with the same 560 depth, and here another one with 560 depth. So you just put another article and another and another. So okay, I don't know what's going on with this. So yeah, so it needs to be with that depth. All right. Okay. So it needs to be with that depth. So otherwise, I wouldn't tell them to do this exercise. This is a corner cabinet. The depth is the same. This is considered the depth here. This is considered depth. So it should be 560. For this case, they can have some other case. It's fine. But for this one, we use that. So we say this point, top left, and absolute, and absolute. This one, it will not affect anything, so we can type. It's okay. We don't have to, but yeah, it's like thousands of the millimeter, so don't worry about it. So this one right here is where it should be located is the same way as this one here. It is that point here which should be connected with this one, and the distance between them should be 560. So this point should be reference to that top right, the same way as we did here. Yes. Oh my. Okay, maybe because we don't have whiteboard, blackboard, or whatever. Bottom. I didn't mean to. Okay, bottom left, you know. So then, well, we're talking about this one, which is top left, so top right. So we go top right. We put absolute and we put absolute here, so everything is correct here. This one, obviously, it's top right.
Cái điểm này mình hiểu mà, nó gần như cái điểm đầu tiên luôn, cái điểm thứ hai luôn.
Then we have this one and this sector here. You know already because I'm doing it 5 times already. So you know the whole sector is located. It will be referenced to top left. So yeah, so top left, and then top left. Usually you will not have this. For example, if I first pick absolute and then pick the reference top left, then I don't. One second. Yeah, it's correct, and it's okay. And then I don't have to worry about changing the whatever. Okay, you can type it, but only if the reference is correct. So now if I change the sample dimensions, I go 1500 and then 2000 and maybe whatever, it's okay, so it's fine. Usually if you do something wrong, let's say, okay, this one I made mistake, I put the bottom right, so I did some test here and it worked because I didn't save. So not only because of that, but yeah, so let's say I pick it absolute, and then I change that and say this, and then it breaks, and I say okay, but now I have to type something here. Don't type, okay? Don't type anything. Just type back the number from before and keep testing. Now I pick the right one, bottom left, and change the size. It is correct. I go back with the size, the correct one, and save. Not that I have to anymore, but still it's good to have the drawing size there. So yes, so that's how it's done. The most complicated one was the one here in the middle. This is the most complicated one. The other ones are very easy. This one and this one, they need to be referenced to the same coordinate system. This one top right, and this point and this point, they should be referenced to the same coordinate system because they're going together. And this one is important because it's on the same line with that one and that one. So very important. They should be in the same exact line. Okay?
Chứ mà mình ok chưa?